Hello, my name is Ikaika Tadaki and welcome to this introduction to IVideo. IVideo is the single store solution for item rental with the Microsoft Retail Management System. With IVideo, you have the option to rent or sell items from the same screen, and you can create custom rental buttons. The IVideo dashboard informs the cashier of the status and current number of rentals for selected customers. It also informs the cashier of late items and past fees, and automatically generates late fee work orders. IVideo also has the option to force the payment of late fees and credit card updates before allowing the customer to rent again. You can also quick scan rental returns, and you have the ability to generate many different reports for sales analysis. With IVideo, you can create rental deals that only apply to specific items or apply on specific days. You can also offer split pricing by the retail price and special buy X get Y deals. You also have the option to combine any of the above features to create a custom rental deal. The IVideo dashboard at the top of the screen displays real-time rental information. User-defined rental buttons will be located on the right-hand side of the POS screen. Here you can type in or scan the item lookup code of the rental item. The rental details show specific drill-down information for the store or for the selected customer. In the return screen, you can type in or scan the item lookup code of the rental item for quick rental returns. Open IVideo Maintenance in the Store Operations Manager. Here you can create buttons and configure options for IVideo. In the standard button form under the Create Rental tab, we can create buttons and specify rental periods and prices. In our example, we will create a rental button that rents items out at $4.55 for 2-day periods. The Rent X Get Y option allows you to create special deals, such as renting 2 items at regular price and getting 1 for free. You also have the option to allow rental for specific days only and to specify a department or category. By selecting this option, our rental button will only rent out items from the video department. When you are finished configuring your options, hit the Create button. The 2-day rental button is configured to rent items from a specific department. When trying to add an item from a different department, IVideo will show an error message. Let's perform a basic rental by keying in the item lookup code. The 2-day rental button only allows items from the video department. Since this item matches the criteria, it is rented out at $4.55 for 2 days. You also have the option to rent from multiple buttons in the same transaction. The Summer Deal button is configured to rent out 2 items for $1.99 for a period of 7 days. With IVideo, you can also sell retail items in the same transaction as a rental item. Here we'll use iSearch, another of our add-on products, to add Twizzlers and Snowcaps to the transaction. The rentals are tendered the same way as a retail transaction. And now we'll move on to returning items. To process a return, begin by scanning in or typing the item lookup code of the rental. You can process several returns at the same time without exiting the return screen. Say you wanted to print a receipt for a return. Click on the No Receipt button to change it to Print Receipt, and key in the item lookup code of the item. This will process the return through RMS and create a receipt. The Dropbox Offset option is for cases where the customer returns an item, but the store is unable to check it in at the time of the return. Say, for example, the store was closed the previous day due to a power outage. This option gives the customer credit for returning the item that day. Late fees for overdue products are automatically generated upon return. A work order for the late fees is created and can be skipped to process the next return by clicking on the OK button. To process the late fees, click on the Cancel button to bring up the work order. Late fees can be set to the price of the rental or to a flat fee. The rest of the transaction is completed as a work order with an RMS. In iVideo Maintenance, select the Price Level form under the Create Rental tab to create a hardware rental button. Hardware rentals can have periods of hours or days. In our example, we'll create a 12-hour hardware rental button and name it 12-hour rental HW. The price of hardware rentals is dependent upon the item price. Price A, B, and C can be set in the item's properties. We'll set our button to be 2.5 times price B with a grace period of 30 minutes and create the button. There are several hardware rental buttons already on the screen in addition to the one we just created. Hardware rentals can be a bit different than regular item rentals. The price of the rental depends on the price of the item and the rental period. Key in the item lookup code of the rental item and tender the transaction as usual. In this example, we'll rent an item for 12 hours and one for 8 hours. The item description shows the date and time the item is due, which will also show up on the customer's receipt. Hardware rental returns can be a bit different from regular item returns. The return form remains the same. However, in our example, when the hardware item is returned, a window pops up displaying graduated rental plans. Graduated plans are part of an option that groups together rental button periods. In our example, this graduated plan groups together 4-hour, 8-hour, and 2-day hardware rentals. iVideo then calculates the best rate plan based on the time elapsed and subtracts what the customer has prepaid from any fees that arise. The item returned was 2 days late, so the customer is charged for the 2-day rental plan. You also have the option to alter any of the plan fields to adjust the fee amount as necessary. The rest of the transaction is the same as a regular late fee work order. And now we'll move on to rental details. The Rental Details button allows you to view customer rental information such as visits, late fees, rentals out, rental total, and rentals overdue. In the brand new Rental Details, each button pulls up a window with transaction information when clicked. The Visits button shows every customer visit along with the date and time, customer name, transaction number, and transaction total. Late Fees shows the customer name, work order number for the late fees, and the total amount owed. Rentals Out shows the currently checked out items. It also shows the date rented, due date, the rental title, and customer information. Rental Total shows the rental history of each transaction. Rentals Overdue shows rental items that are currently overdue along with the customer they are rented out to. When a customer is not selected, the buttons display store-wide information. Once a customer is selected, the details shown are specific to that customer. Here's a neat feature of the rental details. By clicking on a transaction number, you can pull up a detailed transaction summary. The Rental Details feature has many different uses. And now we'll move on to Rental Reports. Rental Reports are located under the Custom Reports tab in the Store Operations Manager. The Rental Detailed Sales Report is used to view rental item transaction history. The Return Rental Report shows return transactions. The Top Rental Report shows the top 100 rentals by specified periods. And the most prolific report is the Rental Item Report, which displays the current status of every rental item in your database. Here's an example of a rental item report that's sorted by title. You can also move the columns around. For example, dragging customer over to the left sorts the report by customer. You can do this with the phone number, due date, or any of the column headers. Using this report, we can filter the results to bring back specific information. For example, setting the IsLate field equal to 0 shows all of the items due today. The report also shows the customer name, phone number, and the original due date. Setting is late to greater than or equal to 0 shows all of the items that are past due and due today. The is late column shows how many days an item is past due or how many days until the item is due. If you wanted to see all rentals currently out that aren't late, set is late to less than 0. Say for example that you wanted to see all of the items rented out under a specific button. Filter the report by the rental period. In our example, the rental period is filtered by 2 days. This shows all of the items rented out under the 2-day button. The same kind of report can be generated for 5-day rentals. The Rental Detailed Sales Report is used to view rental item transaction history. With this report, you can see how many times an item has been rented, and you can filter by specified periods such as weeks, months, or the entire rental history. The report also shows the history of rental items that have been sold. If you sort by title, you can keep track of rental items even if you have multiple copies of the same title. The Return Rental Report shows when an item was returned and whether or not it was late. It also shows the customer the item was rented out to and the rental period of the item. The top rental report shows how many times an item was rented as well as the sales and profits from each item. The report can be filtered by date to show the most popular rentals for specific periods. This concludes some of the main features of IVideo. I worked for a major video rental company for about 2 years. The rental software they used was not nearly as diverse and flexible as IVideo. IVideo offers much more in terms of rental customization and has a user-friendly interface. The rental details is a nice feature. Being able to view store-wide rental information is so much easier than having to track down specific information from each customer. I believe that the company I worked at would greatly benefit by using IVideo as their rental software. IVideo is a must-have add-on for item rental with an RMS. With IVideo, you can custom create rental buttons with special deals. It also informs the cashier of customer late fees and automatically generates work orders for late fees. IVideo also comes with the option to force late fee payment and credit card update before continued rental. You can also quick scan rental returns, and you have the ability to generate multiple active reports. There's also a free demo available at the following website. Thank you for watching this IVideo introduction.